Hello and welcome to yet another video in this Vlogmas series. Just a reminder, this is the Forces of War, Flames of War building series, and I'm using 100 points taken from the book, so we're not using dynamic. This is a mid-war list, so this is really important, selecting between dynamic and book on the Forces website. Today's is going to be a German Grenadier Company, so this is from the mid-war books. We're going to go to New Force, we're going to scroll down, and we're going to go to Ghost Panzers. What a cool sounding name. In here you can see there's a whole lot of different formations that we can take in forces, but I'm going to be going with Grenadier Company, so let's have a look what you get. So we get a lot in here. So the Grenadier Company HQ is a requirement. You get 2 MP40s for 2 points, so we have to take that. They are confident for last stand of 3, and they are veteran of 3+. They are hit on a 4+, and they save on a 3+. They do have a halted rate of fire 3 and moving 3, but pinned rate of fire of 1 when they're obviously pinned. But yeah, just your typical SMG, which is normally the case. Then we've got 2 choices. We've got the Grenadier Platoon or Assault Pioneer Platoon. So let's have a look. Grenadier Platoon, you get 9 MG34s on Car 98 rifle teams for 12 points, 7 for 9 and 5 for 6. You can also add up to 2 additional 34s for 2 points, and you can add a 1 2.8mm anti-tank rifle for 2 points. And the stats remain the same as the HQ. They also get Stormtroopers, which allows you to attempt a second movement order after succeeding in its first movement order. But it must be a different movement order from the first one, according to the book. So, the MG34 on Car 98 gives you rate of fire of 2 when halted, and 1 when moving. The additional MG34 gives you 6 and 2, and the 2.8cm anti-tank rifle gives you 2 and 1, but it has an anti-tank of 7 and a firepower of 5+. So 7 in mid-war is not too bad at all, but you know what? I'm going to play it light here. I'm going to go 7 because these are quite expensive for mid-war infantry. The stats are really good, hence why they're a little bit more on the expensive side, and I'm going to go with 7 stands of those for the Grenadier Platoon. Now we do have the option of an Assault Pioneer Platoon. You get 7 MP40s and 2 flamethrower teams. The stats remain the same, but look at the assault. The assault is a 2+. So there's MP40s. You're going to get a lot of dice down if you're assaulting, and the flamethrower team is also very nice indeed. I've been doing a lot of lists lately focused on assaulting and that, so I'm going to try and make a more of a defensive list. So I'm not going to go with the Assault Pioneer Platoon, but that would be very tempting. Very tempting indeed. So we go 9 points for those. Now some of the additional options are more infantry, a sniper, weapons team, artillery, anti-tank, artillery, and artillery in different forms: 7.5cm infantry gun and 15cm infantry gun. Let's have a look at the snipers. You get 1 sniper for 3 points. He's an independent team and he's sniper hide. Anti-tank of 2, firepower of 4+. Unseen killer gives you the ability not for them to use mistaken target, so they can't put your hit on something else. That's all it does. So for 3 points, they're an interesting take. That would be a fun take to add, but for 3 points in mid-war is actually could go quite far, so I'm not going to go with a sniper this time around as much as I would like to. Now MG34 team, do we need 6 of those? Do we need 4 of those for 6 points? Again, I'll let you be the judge of that. It's very, very expensive. But you know what? I do like MGs in mid-war, so I'm going to go 6 of those for 4 points. I'm going to go 4 of those for 6 points. Sorry, I'm getting this all wrong. 8cm mortars. So you can get 6 of those for 9 points. So if you get 6, that's you get to re-roll those failed to hits because it's a battery of more than 5 or more. The stats are really good. Anti-tank of 1, firepower 4+. 6 for 9. Yes, I'm going to throw that one in there too. And then this is where we get into the interesting stuff. So we've got the 3.7cm anti-tank hunter platoon or the 5cm tank hunter. So the 5cm gives us 4 for 16 points, 3 for 12, 2 for 8, anti-tank of 9, firepower 4+. That's really nice. Gun saver 3+, hit on a 4+. really good stats. So I'm going to go 3 of those for 12 points. Don't like 2, just because if you lose one, then you're last standing straight away. At least 3 gives you that buffer. 4 is obviously the sweet, would be ideal, but I want to try and retain some points for the cool stuff. Then we've got 7.5 centimeter gun, infantry gun, so the IG-40, I think. Stats remain the same, anti-tank of 2, firepower 4+, or direct fire at 16 inches of anti-tank 8 and firepower 3+, yes, it's pretty good. We get 2 15cm guns, anti-tank of 3, but firepower of 2+. If they dare get close enough, anti-tank 7, auto, does have a few hits, slow firing. If you were going to go with like the infantry gun, I'd be inclined to remove your mortar team. Even though the stats are better with this one. If you go 1 or 2 gun platoons, you have to reroll successful hits. So it's not worth taking, not for 14 points. Okay, so that's what we got. We've got 47 points thus far. We've got artillery in the form of mortars. We would like some more. But you know what? Before I do anything else, I'm going to go down to the Ghost Panzers command cost. Let's see if we can downgrade them a little bit, potentially, to free up some more points. So no, there's nothing that I can use to reduce the point costs of those in terms of their stats. I just want to make them a little bit less good. But you know what, we can't do that, so that is absolutely fine. It's probably not a bad thing. So there's a few options we can do. We can go just 1 tank platoon and add in some heavy AA, some reconnaissance, and maybe some more artillery potentially. So if we go with a heavy AA platoon, that's very, very expensive. 4 AA guns, 88 mils for 24 points, but look at that anti-tank of 14, firepower of 3+. There is the option of taking some Martyrs. So we got the Martyrs here. 4 Martyrs for 16 points is pretty much a no-brainer in mid-war. So we go motivation 4, last stand of 3+, veteran is 3. Their hit on a 4+, and their front armor is 2. They have an anti-tank of 12 and a firepower of 3+. So for 16 points, that is a no-brainer to me for 4 of those. So we can go 4 of those for 63 points. Still isn't giving us a ton of stuff, but we don't need heavy 18 amp. We've got that covered with the Martyrs. Now we can look at like Panzer III. So we've got the Panzer III tank platoon here. 3 Panzer III, 7.5 centimeters for 24 points. So you can go confident 4+, sorry, they're motivated at confident 4+, last stand at 3+, they remount on a 3, which is really good, skill with a 3, and they hit on a 4, armor of 5, side and rear 3, and top 1. So you've got a few different options. You can go 5 Panzer IIIs for 40 points, which we can't afford, 4 for 32, or 3 for 24. But then you can also go 5 Panzer III shorts for 25 points. So the short gives you anti-tank 8, but firepower of 4+. So if you're coming up against British and American armor like Grants and Lees, that anti-tank 8's not going to be too bad. I think the front armor might be 6 of a Lee, or it's 5. We'll have to confirm that, but I think you're going to be wanting the 7.5 centimeter. Now there is a cheeky option here. You can get 4 Panzer III shorts for 5 centimeters for 20 points, and you can get 3 with the 7.5 centimeters for 24. But you can replace any or all Panzer III shorts with Panzer III long for 2 points. So we could actually go 2 of these plus the 4, so we get an additional tank, but we get 2 at short and 2 at long. Which gives us 9 and 9 and 4. I see. So this is where I'm getting wrong here. 3+ the heat. Alright, what other tanks can we potentially take? I think that's going to be our cheapest option. There is the option to take some captured T-34s. So they are fearless, skilled, and hit on a 4+. So 1 Panzer IV with two T-34s, so no, they're quite expensive. For even 3 T-34s are 30 points. What if we go some Stug earlies? 3 Stug longs, 7.5 centimeter, get 80-10, 5 out of 3 plus. Now that's a bit more appealing. 27 points though, 27 points. 5, and the Panzer III is better and cheaper, I think. Yeah, so what if we go... I don't think we need... The 5 out of 3 plus is appealing. But the long gets an extra 4. Alright, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It's not as good in terms of 80, but it does get better range if we go an additional 2. So that gives us 24 points, 87. So I've just thought about it. We've got the Martyrs in. I don't think we need the Panzer III. I'm going to go purely infantry. I'm going to go defensive list here. So I'm going to go... Am I going to be that guy? I need to have 88s in there, I think. I'm going to go 3. Is it really deterrent though? This is where it gets tricky. 3 88s. We want to also be able to counter attack. So 3 88s. We've already gone through the stats. 80-14. So it's going to deal with anything that comes our way. So we are going defensive here. So we've got 4 Martyrs and 3 88s. We've got 6 centimeter mortar team, 3 centimeter, 5 centimeter gun. So we're good on the AT front. But if we're going defensive, we're also going to have to put stuff in reserve. So that's where it starts getting a little bit tricky. SDKs are 221. And 222 for our scouts. Gives you reluctant 5, veteran 3, assault on a 4. It's 2 centimeter gun, gets rate of fire 3 when halted, 2 when moving, anti-tank of 5, firepower 5 plus. And then the 2.8 centimeters, anti-tank 7, 5, firepower 5 plus. SDK so 231. You only get 2 of those, so I'm not going to bother with that. And the looks, I don't know how you pronounce that. 6 points, they look bloody awesome, but the gun's just terrible. It's only in cannon. No, so let's go to SDK set 221. Get one of these, save, yes. Do we get some quad AA in on here? Because this could really put down some fire. I know it's that 2 centimeter gun, but you get rate of fire of 5 because it's a quad. So that's 15 rounds. Anti-tank of 5, firepower 5 plus. Do we need that? Probably not. I mean, you probably don't even need the 88 mils to be honest. You could probably even go 7.5 centimeter. No, but the 88's a good deterrent. What's the West giving us? 3 for 11 points. Yeah, so I'll probably go artillery battery of West, so fearless 3 plus, veteran 3 plus, careful 4 plus, front a 1, side and 1, and tank of 3, firepower 3 plus. That's pretty good, and they can direct fire. And tank 9, firepower of 2 plus. So that's good. We'll go 3 of those, just for an additional bit of firepower. We'll get an OP in. It doesn't matter if you go to the observation post. Now I suppose this Panzer II can run around if need be. That leaves us with 5 points, so 4 points. So we could actually cram in that additional machine gun. Oh no, we've got it on there. The additional mortars, we've got that on there as well. Okay. So 4 points. We can even bulk up our one of these. What are we dealing with? We've got 2 infantry platoons, an MG34, mortars, tank, hunter. But what would we put in reserve? That is the question. Because you're going to be defending with this list. Now this is where it gets tricky. Because you don't want to be putting in the AA. So you'd have to put in the Martyrs into reserve. So that's 16 points. Then maybe the 5 centimeter anti-tank on that's 28 points. Then a Grenadier platoon and the HQ. Yeah, maybe I need to rethink this a bit. I'm trying to think, do we really need 88 mils in mid-war? T-34s are going to be dealt with the Martyrs, but then what are you going to put in their place? Like the Hornets, 3 for 21 points. I think that's way more expensive. Yeah, 18. And again, they're quite vulnerable. Do we just go something small like the Stug or the Panzer Freeze? So if we clear and save this one, free up those points, we could put in Panzer. 3 Panzer Free, 4 shorts. I need anti-tank of 7. Oh, because it acts as an artillery, okay. No, so we're on the Panzer Freeze, I think. What's the up armored give us? Oh, no, can't. Although, no, 23 of those up armored, they get 6. 3 and 1. Motivation 4, last stand 3, remount 3, veteran 3, hit on 4. That does seem a bit more appealing. What about Tigers? 1 Tiger for 29 points. Tiger P. Stug Late. 2 Stug Lates for 26 points. No. This is very silly, isn't it, guys? We'll go to 4 Panzer 4s and we'll place 2 of those. Oh no, can't do that. Where have I gone wrong here? So I've got 2. I can only replace 1. What can I deduct here? No, I don't think the short. I'll go 1. Give us 1 extra. Okay, so I did finish it and then I decided, you know what, I'm going to go back and amend it slightly. So this is what I've come up with. I've come up with the HQ, the 2 platoons of infantry, the MG34 platoon, the mortar platoon with 6 stands, the 3 5cm anti-tank gun platoon, the 4 Marders, 3 Wesps, OP, Recce with the light scout troop, and then the Panzer III tank platoon with a pure luck command guard. So that gives us 100 points in reserve depending on what we're going to do. So if I'm coming up against, say, like an infantry list, I might decide to put the Panzer IIIs being 21 points in reserve alongside the Marders. That will then take us up to 37, and then I just got to find a couple of points somewhere. You know, maybe the MG34 platoon, or I don't know, I've got to work it out, but you could put just a couple of stands off, so 21, 16, and then yeah, maybe yeah, it would definitely be the MG34 platoon, I think. But then if you're attacking, if for some reason you're on a balanced one and you're attacking or something like that, then you can still get away with this. You've got some tanks. The Panzer IIIs have been upgraded from short to long, so you get longer distance and better gun. So yeah, very interesting. It's quite a difficult one. They've all been really difficult, actually. I swear it's given me taking years off my life making these lists, because I'm constantly like, oh, don't know. And lists are something that you do take a lot of time mixing and matching, so I make a quick 30-minute video and trim it down slightly, whereas I know with my tournament list I can procrastinate for months before I'm set on one. So yeah, let me know below how you found this. Huge thank you goes out to my patrons and YouTube channel members. Special mention goes out to Oscar and Patch for being those Panzer Aces. I'm going to leave it here, guys, and I will catch you at the next one. Oh, and don't forget to let me know below what lists you would like to see in this series next.